Hey, what's up, guys? It's Renaldo here. So, you know how Cyril Ramaphosa and the ANC is consistently talking about how they are reinventing the ANC and how they are rooting out corruption and getting rid of the bad actors within their organization, and how they, in the 2026 municipal elections, only want to offer the people of this country the best potential candidates. Well, in Nelson Mandela Bay, there are 4 people that has now been shortlisted for the position of mayor for the ANC in Nelson Mandela Bay. Now, the first individual is the current mayor, who has just led with destruction. A large portions of this metro has been without electricity, has been without water. There's not enough money to fix the street lights, the street markings, the potholes. There's not enough money to put petrol in the municipal vehicles. So it's just complete and utter destruction. This is the same mayor that went to Parliament and lied to the committee under oath. That should tell you everything that you need to know about one of the 4 candidates. Now, the candidate that I really want to focus on is somebody called Andile Lungisa. Now, I'm sure that you must have heard of this person before, because he made headlines in 2016 when he broke a glass jug over a fellow councillor's head. And if you don't believe me, have a look at this video. Yeah, that was a gunshot. It'll be replayed again in slow-mo. Don't worry. Check it out. There you can see Andile is the one in the salmon colored shirt, and there we go. It's got a glass jug with water. And then he runs away. Like the chicken shit he is. There's Andile Lungisa. And they're just trying to get the glass jug out of his hand. He's not supposed to be there, and bam! Yeah. That's right. So that is one of the candidates for the ANC for the mayoral position in Nelson Mandela Bay. Now, please note that that video was recorded by me. It was used as evidence in the court case, and he was found guilty of grievous bodily harm, sentenced to 3 years in jail with 1 year suspended. He served 2.5 months, and then he got out on parole when the president granted that mass parole for everybody when he wanted to get Jacob Zuma out of jail. So he spent 2.5 months in jail, and his sentence is actually still running, in the sense that he can't actually hold public office, and that expires in September 2026. So even as the ANC is investigating or interviewing him right now for the mayoral position in Nelson Mandela Bay, technically he can't stand or become a mayor until September. So the election is now in November, so he will then qualify. But the question that you have to ask yourself is, how is it possible that the ANC wants to talk about cleaning house and getting rid of the corrupt and criminality in their organization, and yet here we are with them really considering Andile Lungisa as a potential mayoral candidate for the ANC in Nelson Mandela Bay? I mean, at what point do you go, okay, the ANC is now shucksing us? Like, where's Leon Schuster? He must be here somewhere, right? Because the 2 candidates that I know of are just completely unqualified. And I mean, like you know, Andile Lungisa is a convicted criminal. So I don't even know about the other 2. I mean, if this is the 2 that I know, then I don't think I need to even know who the rest are to know just the quality of candidates that they've got. Now, it doesn't even end there, because Andile Lungisa in 2013 was the head of the National Youth Development Agency, and he managed to get 2.5 million rand from the Youth Development Agency to host an R. Kelly concert that nobody knew of. Because ultimately, R. Kelly's agent came and said, we were never booked for this gig. And then, of course, everything came out, and Andile Lungisa was arrested. There was a court case, and then the court case was dropped because of the time delays and insufficient evidence. But the 2.5 million rand was never returned or refunded. So two guesses where that money went to. But ultimately, this is the individual that they want you as a potential voter to consider for Nelson Mandela Bay. Now, I'm sure the candidates in other provinces and other metros are just as terrible, but I think that Andile Lungisa is a specific case that people need to focus on because of the fact that his history is shady. He is a convicted criminal. According to the law, he cannot hold public office until September 2026. So within 2 months of being free of that limitation, the ANC is seriously considering rewarding this cadre, potentially with a mayoral position in Nelson Mandela Bay. Now, for those of you that don't know, Nelson Mandela Bay is one of the top 5 municipalities in South Africa with regards to the size. I mean, it's got 1.3 million people that live here. And this is who the ANC would want to nominate as a potential mayoral candidate for the city. Somebody that within 2 months of the election will be only eligible then to stand as a mayoral candidate. So fresh out of like purgatory. And yet the ANC wants to talk about, hey, we are taking this seriously and we want to root out corruption and not give people terrible candidates. But with the R. Kelly 2.5 million rand saga, and with him being a convicted criminal that literally used violence to sort out his issues rather than his words, this is who the ANC thinks is the best potential candidate for Nelson Mandela Bay and for South Africa in order to take this metro further. Like, at what point do you go, the ANC is literally just filled with corrupt individuals that don't care about South Africa anymore? It's becoming very clear that the ANC is now just infighting for the last little bit of crumbs that's left on the table. I think that the leadership and the top 7 has given up. They realize that there's not a snowball's chance in hell that they will ever see 50% again. And the latest polls show that they are trending towards the 30% mark. So they are going to bleed this election. And instead of trying to fix the ANC and to actually get rid of convicted criminals in the organization like Andile Lungisa, they are actually giving him the opportunity to interview for the mayor position. He's made it to the top 4. How did he manage to get his CV and application in? But yet here he is in one of the top 4 positions to be the potential mayor of Nelson Mandela Bay that serves 1.3 million people. And then you want to ask, why do people in this country have an issue with the ANC? Why are people sick and tired of the corruption and maladministration in this country? Well, it's because the ANC apparently keeps on rewarding convicted criminals. We've truly reached that point where comedians can't make these jokes up. I mean, we literally are a circus. That is what we are. Where people that actually use violence are now potential candidates. I find it absolutely astounding that people like Andile Lungisa not only survives in politics in South Africa, but manages to thrive because he was part of the NEC of the ANC after that conviction. And now he's managed to worm his way back in the process of potentially becoming the mayor of Nelson Mandela Bay. Even with that conviction, even with the 2.5 million rand that was stolen from the National Youth Development Agency. But yet, I can only look and consider why I was removed out of Parliament because I used hyperbole. And I used a word that apparently you can't utter, even in any sense. You're not allowed. You can only refer to it as the K word now. And that was the end of the world. And, I'm a disgrace to politics. And yet somebody that has actually broken the law, was found guilty and spent time in jail, can be the mayor of one of the biggest metros in South Africa. This is why we are the laughing stock of the world. And this is why people don't actually even want to go and vote anymore. But please do not let this deter you. This should actually motivate you to go out and show the ANC flames by voting for a political party that can put them in their place. Now, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for because you all know who I support and I don't want to influence you like that. But ultimately, it just shows the state of South Africa and the state of the ANC, specifically Cyril Ramaphosa, when they come out and say, oh, we're going to completely reinvent the ANC. And then the first opportunity they get is they interview or shortlist Andile Lungisa into the top 4 for a mayoral position in one of the biggest metros in South Africa. God help us all. And that's pretty much all I got to say. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to smash that like button, share this video far and wide. Don't forget to subscribe. It's absolutely free. It won't cost you anything. However, if you'd like to contribute financially to this channel, you can do so by clicking on the $sign below and choosing an amount. Or you can become a member to this channel by clicking the join button below. And that's all I got to say. Till later. Cheers and peace out.
You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say, I wear my massacre. You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say, I wear my massacre. I wear my massacre. You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say, I wear my massacre. I wear my massacre.